Good morning. You're joining me on my morning routine. I just finished my yoga, and let me tell you something. I think it's a big misconception, those people that don't work out consistently, that think that working out is easy. Because I did not feel like working out this morning. I felt like laying in my bed for a little while and just relaxing. But you know what I did? I got up and I said to myself, I don't care how much I do, but I'm gonna do it. So I got out of bed, I threw my Apple Watch on, and I did more than I thought I was gonna do. I thought I was just gonna do like a 10-15 minute strength hip opening yoga just to get going, but I did a 17-minute morning energizing yoga and I feel great. So yay for that. But for those of you that don't work out on a daily basis, don't think that we just randomly get up and feel like, I feel awesome, I wanna work out today. There sure are moments when I feel good, but there's always a little bit of dread. The reason that I wanted to invite you into my morning routine this morning is because I know that I need to detox. And you know how I know that? There's a couple reasons. First of all, I know I just had my period, but my hormones are off because I have 1 or 2 little pimples around the base of my neck. So I know something's off there. Normally I'd give it a day or two, but there's some other things that are leading me to believe that I need to go through a little detox again. One of those things is that I haven't been sleeping well, and that's odd for me. When I'm happy, when I'm healthy, I sleep really, really well. But the last couple nights, I've been waking up in the middle of the night and not being able to go back to sleep and just feeling like blah all day, like my systems are totally off. So I'm gonna increase my omegas, but I also know that that's a sign that my body needs to detox. Another reason, and this is super embarrassing, I went on a bike ride the other day with my friends and we took a selfie. And I looked and my legs looked like from hip to ankle, looked like a tree trunk. So I could really tell that there was a lot of inflammation, especially around my knee joints. And I'm looking in the mirror this morning and I'm realizing I don't have very much of a jawline here. And it's not necessarily from weight gain. I can tell it's just kind of some inflammation and some bloating. And that's a big sign to me that what I'm consuming is not being processed fast enough. So I need to increase my probiotics. I need to really detoxify my gut to bring down that inflammation. You know, the goal is always just to take enough products, supplements, ingest enough nutrients to offset any of the bad things that are happening, whether it's an environmental factor. Many of you know that we just redid our house and I did a ton of painting, and all those paint fumes and the chlorine poisoning that I got really affected my system. And so I know I need to detox. I can tell my body is trying to tell me something, from the couple pimples to not sleeping consistently to having just a little bit of bloating and inflammation in my face and in my knees. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna increase my probiotics. I'm gonna add, normally I take 2 at night, but I'm gonna go to 3. And then in a week, I'm gonna go to 4. And then in a week, I'm gonna go to 5. And all during this time, I need to make sure that the probiotics are working on yesterday's junk. So I need to eliminate things that the probiotics like to eat. Because if I'm eating sugars, the probiotics are wonderfully working those down and eating those and scavenging for those sugars. But they're not working on yesterday's junk. So I need to eliminate sugars and anything that breaks down into a sugar. Now, here's the thing that I didn't realize when I first started detoxing and when I first started really listening to my body. A lot of things break down into sugar that I really like to eat. Like breads, for example. All breads, all high carbohydrate vegetables, whatever isn't used right away as an immediate source of energy breaks down into sugar. And in that case, I'm throwing off my insulin, and I have a history of diabetes in my family, and I'm always super sensitive to that. So while I'm going through this detox, while I'm upping my probiotics and trying to work down through some of the buildup in the system from the last couple months of redoing the house and just summer craziness and a couple extra sugary drinks, I really need to eliminate sugars and anything that breaks down into sugar in my body. So I need to stop eating sugar. I also need to stop eating breads, or grains that are going to break down into sugar, and I need to stay away from high carb vegetables. So what am I going to eat? There's tons of stuff to eat. I personally lean on the side of plant-based, so I eat tons of leafy greens. I love plant-based milks, for example. Almonds are my best friend. I love almond butter. I make my own almond butter, peanut butter, but you can also buy it at like Costco. And if you look at the ingredients, if there's one ingredient, then that's a good thing. If there are 3 or 4 ingredients that include different oils, then those are not going to process through your system very well. And that's another thing that those awesome probiotics are going to break down. But when they're too busy breaking that down, then they're not going to get on yesterday's junk. So I know that I really want to balance my hormones. I want to make sure that I have a cheekbone again. So I need to take down my inflammation. And how I'm going to do that is by utilizing my probiotics and making sure to avoid things that the probiotics like to eat that they normally would scavenge and break down, so that I can work on getting my system balanced from the inside out. And then I'm going to be sleeping better. I'm not going to worry about any kind of pimples or irritation on the back of my neck. And you're going to see me lose weight. And it may not even be reflected on the scale, but you will see that my jawline comes back and my knees appear like knees, not just like, you know, the middle of a tree trunk in a picture. So I'm excited, but I wanted to share with you because maybe you're saying, do I need to detox? I don't know. I'm not overweight. I feel okay. If you've got aches and pains, if you aren't sleeping well, if you can tell that there's some inflammation here that needs to go away, even if you're fit, those are all indicators that your body's trying to tell you something.